സുരക്ഷിത ഇന്ത്യൻ നിർമ്മിത വീഡിയോ കോൺഫറൻസിംഗ് ആപ്പിന് വേണ്ടി കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാർ നടത്തിയ ഇന്നൊവേഷൻ ചലഞ്ചിൽ വിജയികളായ ആലപ്പുഴയിലെ ടെക്ജെൻഷ്യ കമ്പനി സിഇഒ ജോയ് സെബാസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഏഷ്യാനെറ്റ് ന്യൂസിനോട് പ്രതികരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇവർ വികസിപ്പിച്ച വി കൺസോൾ ആപ്പാണ് സൂമിന് ബദലായി തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. 3 വർഷത്തേക്കാണ്.
And if you recall, the government in the month of April had invited innovators to come forth and create a made in India video conferencing solution. So then, of course, this was the grand challenge that was announced on the 12th of April. August now, lots of startups have participated, a lot of innovators have sent in their entries. A total of 1,983 entries were received, and this is the figure that we've got. They were evaluated on a 3-stage process of ideation, prototype and product, and now we have a winner. The jury has declared V-Console. It's a product of the Kerala-based Techgentia company, and they are the winners of this big challenge that has been announced.
സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യാരംഗത്ത് കേരളത്തിന് അഭിമാനാർഹമായ ഒരു നേട്ടത്തിന്റെ വാർത്തയിലേക്ക്. സുരക്ഷിതമായ ഇന്ത്യൻ നിർമ്മിത വീഡിയോ കോൺഫറൻസിംഗ് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷനു വേണ്ടി കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാർ നടത്തിയ ഇന്നൊവേഷൻ ചലഞ്ചിൽ വിജയികളായിരിക്കുകയാണ് ആലപ്പുഴയിലെ ടെക്ജെൻഷ്യ എന്ന സ്റ്റാർട്ടപ്പ് കമ്പനി. 1 കോടി രൂപയും 3 വർഷത്തേക്കുള്ള കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാർ കരാറുമാണ് പാരിതോഷികം. 2000ഓളം IT കമ്പനികളുമായി മത്സരിച്ചാണ് ടെക്ജെൻഷ്യ ഒന്നാമതെത്തിയത്.
The amount of confidence Techgentia software technologies that made Kerala startup ecosystem and Indian startups proud with its new achievement gives to the Indian tech companies is big. With V-Console, developed by Techgentia, becomes India's official video conferencing app. This remarkable feat is a model for all startups and technology companies in India.
We are in front of InfoPark Cherthala. In the first floor, we have Techgentia, which won the Innovation Challenge Award 2020 for V-Console video conferencing software.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So it's a great honor to have you with us, even in this busy schedule. So starting, so can you give a brief about the Techgentia?
Techgentia actually established in 2009. We started in Kochi and moved to Cherthala InfoPark in 2013. And we started as a research and development company in video conferencing specifically. Because we started in video conferencing only because I was a part of a video conferencing development team with my first employer. So after serving them 6 years, I made a lot of research into this video conferencing domain. So I thought I should start a company in video conferencing itself. And of course, my first employer became my first client also. That's how I will always tell my people that I'm an accidental entrepreneur. It is not a startup kind of or college level startup or something like that, or people who have some passionate technology enthusiasts came together and made a company. That is not the case with Techgentia. I became an entrepreneur only because my first employer asked me to do so. You should start a company to do video conferencing research. That's why I came into this domain, and I started it with one of my colleagues. He was also with me in the first company. And he was also with me starting from the pre-degree ages, because we started college together, and that is how we became co-founders of Techgentia. And this company grown from first 2 of us to now around 100 R&D engineers in the company. And why Techgentia came into focus, that most of them knew, because in 2020, till 2020, I would say we were not known to anyone, even our neighboring companies in Cherthala InfoPark. In 2020, what happened was the COVID pandemic came out, and everyone was going online, and everyone started talking about video conferencing, multi-party video conferencing. Till then, no one was engaged with multi-party video conferencing. Maybe people are doing one-to-one video calls like WhatsApp video call or FaceTime. Those kind of video calls are being used, but multi-party video conferencing, even engaging 100+ people in a single meeting, that was not there. And during the pandemic, everyone started using Zoom, Google Meet, and everyone. So Techgentia came into notice only because Government of India wanted an indigenous solution to overcome the fears of using cloud on video conferencing, because cloud is a kind of technology. We cannot ensure the servers where it is situated and which servers are the data going through. So Government of India want their official meetings to be conducted on a machine or a server that is hosted inside India and under the control of Government of India. So they want an indigenous video conferencing solution. So they announced, actually, because there was no company in India which is popular in video conferencing. There were companies who is doing some research or something like that, like us. And that particularly, they announced a challenge with worth 1 crore Indian rupees. And it was for finding a indigenous video conferencing solution from Indian companies. So we also participated in that challenge. Around 2,000 companies participated in the same challenge. And through a 5-month continuous evaluation of these products, different products, Ministry of Electronics and IT announced our product, vConsole, as the winner of India's video conferencing challenge. That is how we became popular among the technology companies, and we come into the focus. Even our neighbors understand we were doing something innovative in video conferencing. That is how we came into focus. That is the history of Techgentia. Now we are behind the official video conferencing platform for Government of India. It was called Bharat VC. Now it is run by National Informatics Center. The technology platform is continuously developed by Techgentia, and we were serving all the classified organizations in India to give their video conferencing products. That is one important thing. And Government of Kerala also approached us to get an official video conferencing platform like Bharat VC, which is Government of India official. So we made Kerala VC also last month, and that is also from Techgentia's platform. And we have a lot of clients before this. I mean, from 2009 itself, I already told you, my first employer was the reason for starting this company. They became first client for Techgentia, for this video conferencing platform. Then what happened was, we were doing a lot of open source R&D initiatives. So if you look at internet open source, the enthusiasts who are in R&D, they will always look at open source technologies to develop their products or to find solutions to their problems. We were making a lot of contributions to open source technologies that is available for video conferencing. So we were making a lot of footprints on internet regarding the technology R&D happening here. So some of the people who really want video conferencing, that is not through marketing or sales or something like that, they found out that some company called Techgentia is doing some research in R&D in this particular domain, and they found out on internet, the footprints on open source. So they came to us to support them with the technology. That way we started getting clients from 2013 itself. From outside India, no Indian clients, till 2020. The first Indian client was actually the sizable Indian client was Government of India, that is Bharat VC from India. Before that we got a lot of clients, especially from Europe and US. In Europe we especially focusing on Nordic countries, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, those countries, and we have a very good client there. And that is how we were making revenue through these years, before this challenge and all happening. So we were a self-made company without any investment, without any external investment or external support. The only thing, we made our product, we made revenue through our product, we made our team through that revenue, and we are still today, we are without any taking loans or investments or something like that, we are surviving. That is the story of Techgentia.
Sir, do you have any diversification or future plans for your company?
Definitely, because video conferencing alone may not be a solution to the future. Because video enabling to all the softwares, that is going to happen. Because every software you are going to deal with, that may have a communication engine. This communication engine will have a video conferencing built into it. So every software we are talking about, not talking about just Zoom or Google Meet or vConsole, what we are developing, it is not going to survive without integrating it with other softwares. So what we were doing, like, it is open for integration. You can have we made a kind of, in the High Court of Kerala, after we got the award, Kerala High Court approached us to have a virtual courtroom. Virtual courtroom in the sense it is going to be like they were using Zoom and Google Meet for their court procedures during the pandemic, and they found out that it is not possible to survive with Google Meet and Zoom in the courtroom, because courtroom itself have its own privileges. Judges have some privileges, advocates have some other privileges. So it is not possible. Everyone will be treated as same in the Zoom meeting and Google Meet. So they asked us to develop a virtual courtroom. It is actually a replica of physical courtroom with all the privileges that judges have, all the privileges have public prosecutor have, all the other advocates have. They can just log in, they can search for their case number, they can engage with their case number and going through multiple courtrooms in a single window. That kind of a particular application. It is a specifically designed courtroom application. It is not a video conferencing. So we made that. And now Kerala High Court is running on that. So those kind of specifically designed applications based on video will be coming out. And your classrooms, if you look at the online classrooms, we were using generic video conferencing. That doesn't have any difference between teacher and students. Teacher doesn't have a specific role in that. So maybe in the future that may be coming. It is not the silly use cases I am talking about, because that is a decent general use cases you are dealing with right now. But there are specifically lot of use cases coming in, like healthcare, a decent example, because high quality video, if you can send it on real time to a remote location, that was the challenge, because high quality video sending through internet on a real time, that was a challenge always because of the bandwidth conditions internet we have. If that is possible, then our surgeries, for example, will be monitored by a high quality surgeon, a highly qualified surgeon from US. That is possible because surgery should be monitored real time with a video conference, and it should be real time. I am specifically focusing the real time word because it may be a robotic surgery and robotic arm may be moving and changing the tissues. Then it should be monitored real time in US by a specialized surgeon. So he need to change something in the real time that should be reflected. The robotic arm is cutting the tissues, and that should happen in real time. So those kind of remote monitoring, remote healthcare use cases are coming up on abundance because of the specialist availability is not possible for all the cases. And of course, geriatric care is going to be a big future for video conferencing, because already we are getting a lot of inquiries to have geriatric care through video conferencing. Geriatric care means old age support, healthcare support. So if you look at India itself, if you look at Kerala, there is a decent number of old people residing at home without getting the medical help on the time, because there may be nobody to support them to get them to hospital on time. Maybe their kids may be doing their job outside India, and these parents are alone at home. And if they get a remote healthcare support using video, that is going to be big. And we have a use case from Norway in which they are actually monitoring the vitals over video. Vitals means our blood pressure, sugar, everything monitored through video on the remote side. The nurses or healthcare volunteer will be monitoring it from their hospital or from their home for maybe 10-15 remote patients. That is happening. So healthcare is going to be one of the biggest thing, and we actually already started, already installed some products outside India, and we are focusing on India to have some remote healthcare monitoring system using video conferencing. So a lot of things are coming in, and of course the VR, you may be, the young people are interested in the metaverse and virtual reality. That is going to be one of the use cases for video conferencing, because blending the real world with the physical world and the virtual world, that is going to happen, because you may be online or offline or in the hybrid mode, living in the hybrid mode in the future. So you may need to be present in a hybrid video conferencing using virtual reality and all. So that is also another use case coming in.
Okay, sir. So can you explain what would be the procedures, or what could be the criteria you're looking for your employees, the skill set or something?
If you look at the skill sets we actually looking for, one is you should be passionate enough, because when it is an R&D company like ours, we may not be able to afford a person coming in, working for 6 months, 1 year and going back. That is not affordable. So, because if you are passionate about technology, you all are welcome to our company. That is one of the major things. And of course, we are a core programming company, because video conferencing is a complex technology. So it is not easy that you can just learn it and come learn it on a day and next day you can start something. It is not possible. So you may need 1 or 2 years to understand the technology first, then only you can start something, contribute something. So that kind of passionate people are working here. So we are looking for that kind of passionate people. We are not looking for people with qualifications. We are looking for people with quality. That's the difference. So qualification is not a matter, because we have engineers. We are calling them engineers even without BTech. There are people who are working here with only +2 qualification, but they are passionate and they are ready to learn anything. So that kind of people are here, but most of the cases the basic qualification are set to engineering degree or a post-graduation in computer science. That is the general theory applied here, but some of the people came in without these qualifications, but they are brilliant in their areas. So it is skill always, and you should be passionate enough to continue, because we may not be, my first sentence is very important. We may not be able to afford a person who is coming in and settling in for 1 year, then going out. That is not at all affordable for us. So we are strict on that. It is not through bonding or something like that. Legal bonding, that is not there. But from the first day itself, we will tell them, this is our condition, you can go at any point of time. Before that, if you want to stick on, we will support you with anything, but you want to continue. If you want to be here and passionate, we will understand within 1 or 2 months time if they can stick on or not. That is how the things are happening.
Okay.
Sir, according to you, what are the top qualities or skills required to be an entrepreneur?
I told you I am an accidental entrepreneur already, so I may not be able to tell you that. But the problem always is because when I started a product company. When you start with a product company, there are a lot of struggles that is going to come, because if your idea is not pitchable to an investor, and in India there is no investor that is believing in your technology or that kind of core technology segment in India, there won't be investments coming in. If you are a California Valley company, you will get a lot of investment if I am doing this there. But in India, it is not possible. That still today, people are thinking like, why do you need vConsole if you have Zoom and Google Meet? So people have a thought process like that. They are thinking that we may not be able to compete with those giants. On a straight point, that is true, but we have our own use case. I told you, Zoom cannot do virtual courtroom in a day because they won't be interested in that. They are a huge company. So we have our own positive or negatives also. So investors may not come in properly. So a lot of struggles will be there as an entrepreneur. What you need to do is you should survive in this for a while. Otherwise, people won't believe in you. So surviving techniques, that is what you need to learn first. And of course, if you are going to be like a CEO in a company and you are treating your employees as employees only, then you may not be able to build a company with a 12-year persistent technology development. We were doing it for the last 12 years. The same persistent technology, we were doing it for 12 years. So it is not possible that if you are a CEO and employees are employees, if you treat like that, you won't get that kind of a team built up. Because if you look at our history, I told you, we were always telling people that you can leave anytime if you don't like the technology. During these 12 years, only for the 100 around people came in and only 1 or 2 people left from the company. It is because they are passionate about technology, that is one thing. Second thing, we are making them owners of the technology, what they are building. It is not only me taking the credit of the company. I'm always telling that this is your company, this is like a family. Even though we didn't give any written agreements to them that this is your company also, because we can do that. We can put set shares in place and all the things. I didn't given them in return, but they knew that once the company is going to be public or something like that, they will get the benefit out of it. That belief is there in them and I'm going to honor them. So that belief we build like a family. I think for an R&D company like this, without an investment or investor, this is the only way to survive. They need their needs to be supported anyway, because salary should be there, that should be there. But even without that, if you look at our engineers here, if you look at their quality, they are able to do anything even in Google or Microsoft or whatever company they want. Because with their experience, they will get any job. I knew that. Any job. Any high level job we are talking about, Google, Microsoft or whatever they want. But they are still sticking on to this company only because of we are like a family and we all owns the company. If that feeling is there, they will stick on. And everyone will get benefited long term.
Sir, what was your most satisfying moment in your journey as an entrepreneur?
Maybe everyone will say 2020 Innovation Challenge can be my satisfying moment. But I would say in 2013, after starting Techgentia as a company, and I was struggling through 2009 to 2013 to survive with the team I have. Then it was only less than 10 member team. And we were struggling to survive then. And I was about to close the company because I thought it is not possible for me to continue this R&D and giving. One client was there, I told you, the first client, but that was not enough for us to continue the R&D work. And I thought I should get stopped. I should resign and stop the company. But then you always tell, everyone will tell, every leader, if you talk to any CEO, everyone will tell you, leading from the front should be the CEO. The guy who is going to be taking all the challenges and surviving or guiding the team should be the CEO, and he is called the leader. But in my case it was different, because I thought I should resign, and I started telling it to the people. Then there was 10-member team, and I called them to the conference hall and told them, we are going to stop this. Then they told me, we knew we are doing something innovative and we will win sometime later. Till then we will be with you in any struggle that is going to happen. And they struggled a lot because they got delayed salaries. Even some of the time they didn't have salary. But they told me, I thought it is not fair to them, because they are very capable guys and they are doing something without salary is going to be a problem. So I thought I should stop, and I told them directly, we are going to stop in next 1 month, and you can find your own way and leave. They told me we are not leaving. We are going to struggle with you, because we knew we are doing something innovative which is not done anywhere in the world. And that was true in a sense. I also knew that, but they actually reminded me of that. And that moment, I think that is the moment where I left that thought and continued the journey. If that moment I just stepped down and resigned, and this company will not be there to get this get this challenge award and all. Anyway, I think that is a defining moment for me.
Yes, sir, you already told about your future plans, but can you tell us where would be Techgentia in next 10 years?
We also thinking about that always, because last 10 years we didn't thought we will be here for the next 10 years. Actually, without any goal we reached here. Without any goal in the sense, maybe in terms of how many dollars you are going to make in the next 10 years. That was not in our goal anyway. But we were always thinking that we should have a product which is one of the most innovative video conferencing platform, and we made it. And now we have a lot of ideas, we have a lot of good innovative thought process in mind after the awards and all. And we would like to see in next 10 years, it may not be $1 billion company. We are not thinking like the volume of money we are going to get, but we are thinking about a company which everyone can proud of in India, which is going to do future innovative technologies, and one of the best technology R&D company from India. That is our thought in the next 10 years. It may not be huge. I told you, we are not talking about the volume of money, revenue that is going to come in, but we will be. And of course, even though we got the challenge and all, we still stay in. Everyone told me to shift to a metropolitan city and get the business. We knew this is an R&D work, which does not need a support of a metro city and all. Still we are here. But we have started an office in Kochi, that is for sure, but we are still here. The thing is going to be, we are engaging people from villages. The remote villages of Kerala, of course. And most of the guys are coming from the remote villages of Kerala here. So this will be a company with very excellent resources from the remote villages of India, and we are going to make future technologies which everyone can proud of in India. That will be our plan.
Sir, what is your advice, or is there any advice you have for young business minds or future aspiring entrepreneur like us?
It is not like the times I started. Even though I started as an accidental, I told you already. It was not like the time when I was starting as an entrepreneur. Now it is a time of opportunities. I mean, especially post-COVID scenario is demanding, because a lot of digital transformation is happening around the globe right now. Because people identified that without digital transformation, you are not going to survive if one more COVID-like pandemic is coming in. So this is a time of huge opportunities. So people demands new products, new technology, new services to survive even without physical interaction. So you can see a lot of things happening, a lot of innovations happening around. Grab one, do it, and persist on it. That is very important. If you jump around in multiple things, you are not going to survive. But persist on a technology or persist on a service or product or tool that is going to support or solve a problem of human being. Tons of things are coming in. So this is a era of golden opportunities. So every entrepreneurs have a lot of things to do here. And of course India didn't use its potential yet, in my opinion. Only less than 5% potential is tapped. And if you look at India's capabilities, India's demands, if you can meet any of the demands that people have in India, you don't need to look out for abroad demands or abroad opportunities. You can just look at your panchayat. If you look at your particular ward, you can find an opportunity to make a kind of a company or an organization of your own. That is my advice.
So this is the end of the successful talk we had with the business magnate, Mr. Joy Sebastian. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time, and we hope your words inspire many budding entrepreneurs. Once again, thank you, sir.
Thank you.